Do you want me to clap?
Yeah, clap.
This is the story of the time I got pink eye in Vegas.
Whee!
I'm excited. I'm excited to tell this story.
There are no good pink eye stories. We'll start there, but this one's got to be up there with one of the worst.
This was back in the early days of the Warp Zone, where we were still working on Warp Zone part-time, and our main job was working for the game station.
And we had an event coverage show called Nerding Out.
Part of that was that we had to go to conventions, we had to go do stuff, we had to go cover it. So, we had to go with a microphone and a camera and a media badge, and you had to go interview some people about the new thing.
And it had, different game station talent, but it started out with Davis, and he went around and interviewed people to the best of his ability.
Sometimes you have to do something that you hate and gives you great anxiety for years before you realize it's just not your thing. And that's what event coverage was for me. I hated doing it, but it got me access to all the shows and, whatever, it was fine.
It was all fine. We grew. We evolved. No, it was a free trip to Vegas, really, is what it was.
We were in Vegas in January of 2012 for CES, the Consumer Electronics Show.
One of the specific benefits about CES was that you get a sweet free night in Vegas. As young 20-somethings, we went out. We went out and we planned to go hard.
And the night ended responsibly. We all made good decisions, and we went to bed at a reasonable hour, and we got up and we're just productive people. Oh wait, we're in the mirror universe where all the worst things happen, so that's not what happened.
23-year-old Ryan was super into Vegas and all of its amenities. So Vegas, in those times of my life, was drive in from LA, you go stop at the Food for Less, and then you get your handle of rum, and then you bring that to your hotel room. You drink the rum before you go out, and then you go out, you go find the cheap places, and you get just as faced as possible.
And because, we were fairly fresh out of college, play beer pong. Good old beer pong, the sport of champions. If we wanted to drink, beer pong would be involved. So of course, when we found out that there's a casino that has beer pong, we're gonna go to that casino. And that casino was O'Shea's. O'Shea's is a casino technically.
It was Irish, and it was right in the middle of the strip.
Now, it was a dump. Who's gonna be mad at us? When there's a 24-hour Subway and a Burger King, just built into the casino, you're not really in the classiest joint. But it definitely went on for hours. Multiple hours of beer pong.
Then all of a sudden, I stepped away from the table and I just had the spins. I was just like, this is bad. Words are hard to make. I'm gonna walk away and I'm gonna go sit down at the bar because that's where the chairs are. And I really don't know where Davis and Schroeder were. I lost track.
Okay, so January of 2012, the Old Republic, the MMO, the Star Wars MMO, is just like a month old. Very fresh, really good. We were big fans of it, Schroeder and I, and we had a Warp Zone guild that fans could join and play with us. And one of the members of that guild happened to be a DJ in Las Vegas. And so when we were out there, he hit us up and said he wanted to take us to a place where he DJ'd. It turns out he was a DJ for an off-the-strip club.
We were drunk and none of us really wanted to go to a strip club. We're not like, boobs. We're just like, all right. We're young. Let's go on this adventure. Let's see what happens. So we left, and Ryan was there being drunk, so we went off.
I guess I kind of thought because he was a DJ, maybe it would be cool. Like, oh, we got an inside man. Maybe that'll be cool. It was not cool at all. It was terrible.
First, I remember it was like kind of a long drive where we're like, oh, this is really off the strip. And we go into this little club that was very dark, and we got in, and it was
homely? No, what's the quaint? I'm trying to be polite about it. Look, it wasn't made to look like the Ritz-Carlton. Let's put it that way.
It was small. Everything was in leather or pleather. and everything had, I think, baby oil on it. Everything was a little bit slimy.
So we had like our nicest button-ups. We had our like we just looked like easy targets. So we got in there and then we sort of were just sitting and then just descended upon by what I'm sure are lovely women just trying to make a living, but it was incredibly overwhelming.
They were sitting in our laps. They were like just really trying to get us to buy a dance. Davis definitely got the brunt of the strippers.
I was so uncomfortable. I was friggin' miserable. I was giving you the eyes. You guys were laughing at me. I was clearly miserable.
I've gotten for this for years, but Davis thought I was laughing at him, and it was not laughing directly at him. It was laughing at the situation, because at some point you get so overwhelmed. This is ridiculous. We're gonna be drowned in baby oil by this leather-bound strip club thing.
I have a lot of anxiety, and at one point, it just got to be too much for me. And I hid out in the bathroom for about a half an hour. I could not handle what was going on. I must have texted you in the bathroom like, let's get the out of here.
At that point, the guildmate also realized that we were uncomfortable, so we were finally able to start like politely leaving without buying a lap dance, which we weren't even gonna do in the first place. We didn't realize that it was gonna be pushy, very, very pushy.
Look, I was definitely rattled. And so when we got back to O'Shea's for part 2 and met back up with Ryan, then it was just like, get all the booze in my body after the strip club. I was just trying to like, get it all and forget what I had been through.
Met up with Ryan again. Apparently he was just sitting at the bar the whole time, almost getting into a fight. The point is he was fine.
So I was just sort of sitting there, just sort of swaying, just like eyes glazed over. And then a guy comes over and sits at the bar next to me. And then he's also swaying. And then he looks at me and he goes, "Hey, man, let me get you a drink." And I turn to him and I go, "Hey, man, I'm good. Thank you, though." And then he turns back to me and he says, "It's because you're racist." There's just like no way to fight it. Like I couldn't make the words to like even like. So eventually I just caved and I went, okay. I went ahead and I ordered a Sam Adams. I have no idea how long I've been there, and then all of a sudden, Davis and Schroeder show up. So I was thrilled to see you guys, and then you guys all of a sudden said we need to drink harder. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, why? Why can't it stop?
It was probably like 4 a.m. at this point. Played some more beer pong, drank some shots.
And then at that point, some more people that we worked with from the game station showed up. We played a couple rounds, and then all of a sudden, Davis was gone again.
Where did he go?
Here are the facts. Bum, 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 bum. I drank too much. I went to the bathroom. I don't know what my intentions were when I went in the stall, but definitely what happened was if you drink a little bit too much, it all comes out. And I think I also probably at that point was just tired, from the day's adventures. And so I decided to either willingly or whatever. I fell asleep on a toilet in a stall in Vegas, in O'Shea's. Probably like this because I like to sleep with my head turned like that.
I think we called him. He didn't pick up. I don't know, we were all kind of drunk, but we were concerned, so we were looking around.
There were enough of us there so we could like disperse and we could go look for him, like we'd cover grounds, like so we're all just like tripping over ourselves and just like stumbling around O'Shea's looking for Davis. And who discovered him?
Eventually made our way into the bathroom, and Davis was passed out on the toilet, clinging to the toilet, holding onto it and resting the face on the toilet seat in, again, a casino where Burger King and Subway are your foods of choice.
Gross. Very gross. Very, very gross, Davis.
This was not a place to put your head on anything, let alone a toilet. It was disgusting.
At some point, you guys did Operation Rescue Davis, one of our smaller physically profiled friends Sam Fishered under the stall and then like unlatched it and woke me up and got me out.
He was like shook awake and he was fine. I mean, he'd thrown up, but he was fine.
We did not leave immediately. I feel like I have more memories. We made the worst decisions, dude. We're like, well, all right, you got it all out. Let's fill her back up.
It was a night. It was the quintessential early 20s all-nighter in Las Vegas.
That was the big finale, the big finish, the third act marble fight of our Vegas trip.
It was a delight, and then that meant we could all go back to the hotel and go to sleep and not drink anymore. Holy God.
The next morning, I got full-blown weapons grade conjunctivitis, also known by its street name, pink eye. Who knows what kind of colored eye you can get off of the toilet in Vegas? So the fact that it was just the regular poop eye.
Sorry. So, our CES trip to Vegas and the time Davis got pink eye. That happened. I think that we learned a lot about ourselves. We don't like strip clubs, but if you're gonna go to a strip club, go to like the more expensive ones.
Saying no to drinks. That's okay, kids.
And don't fall asleep on toilets.